everyone. Today I'm going to attempt to make chicken and dumplings. Now, I am not following a recipe. I am cobbling together what I have seen from other YouTube videos and just, I don't know, like general knowledge of how to cook things to make this. I'm winging it. I have already done all of the prep work, and so I have garlic, I have onions, I have a yellow and a yellow and an orange bell pepper. I have celery, and I have celery with the leaves still attached to it. I mean celery and celery leaves, just to give it a little more flavor. And I have some carrots. Now I cut up carrots for a mirepoix, and then I also cut up big chunks of carrots to actually put in the mix. I'm also going to add some mushrooms, which I know will make some people who make chicken and dumplings have an absolute heart attack, because I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to put mushrooms in chicken and dumplings, but that's okay. It's my recipe that I'm making up, so I'm gonna do it. I have about 3 pounds of chicken thighs, boneless chicken thighs, and I have a poultry blend of fresh herbs, which is rosemary, sage, and thyme. We're also gonna use salt and pepper, obviously, maybe some garlic powder, maybe some onion powder. I am too lazy to make biscuit dough, so I'm just going to use some canned biscuit dough, and we'll cut that up and make it into small little dumplings and throw those in. So let's see how this goes. All right, my mom gave me my grandmother's giant Hamilton Beach roasting pan, and man, it did not take long for it to heat up. So I'm going to put down some olive oil. This thing is ancient. I remember my grandmother one Christmas making a stew. And she put almost a whole gallon of some Ernest and Julio Gallo red wine in it. Ooh, it was boozy. So I put some olive oil down in there. I'm going to add my mirepoix, so my onions, my celery. This is the celery with the celery leaves. My cubed carrots. Now I'm also going to add my yellow and orange bell pepper, and I'll add in this is 6 cloves of garlic. All right, we're going to move this around a little. We're going to add some salt, 2 giant pinches, and some pepper. I have my roaster set at 350. Once we get this sort of to where the onions are translucent, we're gonna lay the chicken on top of it. We'll salt and pepper the chicken, and then we're gonna put the lid on and let it cook. And now we are going to take our 3.2 pounds of boneless thighs, and we're just gonna lay them out on top of the mirepoix that's in here. So our chicken has a little bed of mirepoix. We'll stick the lid on, and we're gonna just cook these at 350 for about 40 minutes. I'm gonna set the timer for 20 minutes. I'll come and check them, maybe flip them over, and then we'll cook it a little bit longer. While we are waiting for the chicken to cook, I'm going to get the dumplings situated. So I have a can of Buttermilk Bisquits. I saw someone do this on TikTok, so I'm just gonna follow her lead. Now, I did get the Buttermilk Bisquits and not the flaky biscuits. That's not what you want. You want the dense biscuits. So you're gonna cut the biscuits into smaller pieces like that. And you know, they can be kind of varying. And then you're just going to kind of roll them and make them into little you know, little dumplings. I hope the lady on TikTok did not lead me astray. I probably should have put some flour or some oil or something on my hands while I did this. Maybe I'll go do that right now. Okay, maybe if I do that. That was a dumb idea because now I've got oil all over myself and all over the cutting board and the knife. Maybe if I cut all the biscuits to start out with, cut them all up. Oh, beautiful. They're almost all the way cooked. We're just gonna flip them over. I'm gonna cover that and let it cook for another 20 minutes. And then we're gonna come through and we're just gonna kind of separate the chicken, kind of shred it a little bit. And then we'll add our veggie stock and our carrots and our mushrooms and all of the herbs. We'll do a little bit more salt, some more pepper, and we'll cook that for about 40 minutes. And then we'll add our dumplings and we'll cook that for about 20 minutes and then it's gonna be done. I'm gonna do a little bit of onion powder and a little bit of garlic powder, even though I already have some onions and garlic in here. This has been cooking for another 20 minutes. And now we're gonna drop the dumplings in. Just gonna kind of throw them around. Now we're gonna put the lid back on and cook it for another 20 minutes. We are going to make, I want to thicken up the sauce a little bit. I have a little bit of cornstarch in this measuring cup and I'm going to make a slurry. So I'm going to take some of the juice from here and I'm going to pour it into the cornstarch here. You could just put the cornstarch straight in, but it kind of messes it up and it gets all pasty and it doesn't do what you want it to do. So you got to warm it up in a slurry and then you put the slurry in and see, this is what happens. It gets all clumpy. So that's why you put it in a slurry and you warm it up. And then you pour it back in and that helps thicken up the sauce. We're gonna pour the slurry in. We've got our cornstarch in here. And we're gonna let that cook for another 10 minutes or so. And then we should be done. They puffed up a lot more than I expected them to. Like, tell me you don't know what you're doing without telling me you don't know what you're doing, right? Let's try our chicken and dumplings. That is more like chicken noodle soup. Let's see. Ooh, it's real hot though. The flavor is really good. Let's see how we feel about that dumpling right there. Well, even if it is soup, it's delicious soup. Everybody, it's super easy to cook. Just throw some stuff together. Happy cooking, everybody. Have a great week.